younger ones as well as your elder ones also. Today in this video we are going to deal with some magical experiment and we will know what is the science behind it. While magic and magic tricks are amazing, we must understand that there is a science behind it. Magicians use the principle of science while doing their illusions. They use the principles of physics, biology, chemistry, engineering, linguistics, to name a few. So today we are going to deal with two experiments. The first one is our osmosis through potato and the second one, the minor experiment, is fire on water. So let's start with our first experiment, that is the major experiment, osmosis through potato. So before proceeding to our experiment, first we just know what is the principle behind it. So the osmosis here, the study of osmosis through potato is the spontaneous net movement of solvent molecule through a selectively permeable membrane from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential, and it will move the direction that tends to equalize the solute concentration on both the sides.
What is higher water potential?
Yes, higher water potential means in a solution there is two things are there. One is solute, one is solvent. Higher water potential means the water concentration will be more and the solute concentration will be low. And the opposite is lower water potential means vice versa. Here the water potential will be low and the solute concentration will be more.
Thank you.
What are the types of osmosis?
Osmosis are of two types. One is endoosmosis, another one is exoosmosis. From the name only we know endo means in, exo means out. So if the water enter into the cell, then it is called as endoosmosis, and if the water coming out from the cell, then it is called as exoosmosis. Endoosmosis occurs when the cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, and exoosmosis occurs when the cell is placed in a hypertonic solution. Now we have to understand what is hypotonic solution and what is hypertonic solution. So hypotonic solution means here the solute concentration inside the cell is more than outside the cell. Whereas in hypertonic solution it is vice versa, means the solute concentration inside the cell is lower than outside the cell.
Ma'am, what is meant by solution?
Okay. Solution, it is a homogeneous mixture of one or more solutes when it is dissolved in a solvent.
Ma'am, what is the solute and what is the solvent?
Solute is the substance that is mixed in the solvent to prepare a homogeneous mixture, whereas solvent is the things where the solute is being dissolved to produce a homogeneous mixture. If we will take an example, then salt and sugar, they are act as a solute, and the water molecules, they are act as a solvent. So when we will mix the salt and the water, means when we will mix the solute and the solvent, they will prepare a solution, that is salt water solution. In place of salt we can take sugar also. Sugar also act as a solute. So let's start our first experiment, that is osmosis through potato. So here this is the materials required for the experiment, and before starting this I am just want to tell you that this is a very simple experiment, students. You can do it in your home also. So after watching this video, try this in your home. So for this, materials required is, first we need a distilled water, then some sugar, some potatoes, alpins and petri plates. For this, the chemicals here, nothing, we don't require any chemicals. Here we have to prepare the sugar solution, because here we will perform the endoosmosis. Endoosmosis means here the flow of water from outside the cell to inside the cell. So for that, here we have distilled water and we have to prepare the sugar solution. So for that, we have to take some sugars in a beaker. We have to add some distilled water to make a sugar solution. So here this solution I have prepared by taking sugar as a solute and distilled water as a solvent. So we have to mix it and we have to prepare a sugar solution. We have to completely mix the sugar particles in the water. So our sugar solution also prepared. Now we have to take a potato and we have to peel off the skin of the potato. Now we have to cut both the ends of the potato to make it flat so that it can stand properly, and also both the sides of the potato to make it to give it a square shape. So we will take a Petri plate and just we will try that it will stand properly or not. Yes, it is standing properly. Then we have to make a cavity inside the potato. Because here the movement of water molecules, it depends upon the thickness of the cell membrane, how we are keeping. Depending upon that, the time, how much it is required movement for the movement of the water, we can see. Students, when you are dealing with some sharp objects, so do in front of your parents, because it may cause harm. We should maintain that the bottom portion of the potato should be thin. Yes, so you have to prepare like this, a cavity inside the potato. If you are feeling it is still thick, then cut from the back side little bit. Yes. Now we have prepared our cavity inside the potato. Now we have to pour some distilled water in the Petri plates. Half of the Petri plates we have to pour the distilled water. After that, we have to take this potato and we have to keep it inside the Petri plate. So here outside the potato, distilled water is there. Now the sugar solution that we have prepared, we have to pour it inside the cavity of the potato, that also up to half. Up to half, okay? This is the sugar solution. Then we have to mark the water level inside the potato. So we have marked the water level inside the cavity up to what we have taken the sugar solution. Now this potato is act as an osmometer. So let the osmometer keep it in undisturbed for around 30 minutes to 1 hour, because I already told that the movement of water, it depends upon the thickness of the cell that we have taken. So we have to keep it undisturbed for around 30 minutes. So in this 30 minutes, let's proceed to our second experiment, that is the minor experiment, that is fire on water. Isn't it interesting that how is it possible that fire on water? But it is possible. So for that, first we will proceed our experiment, we will do the experiment. After that, we will learn what is the science behind it, that how is it possible to make a fire on the water. So for that, I have taken a Petri plate. Okay, so in the Petri plate, here I am using the simple nail polish. I think everyone have nail polish in your home, and that also you can do in your home. So first I will take this nail polish and just little bit I will take it in the Petri plate without water. First I have taken without water. Let's try. Does it catch fire? Again we are dealing with fire. So please, while doing this experiment, do in front of your parents or with your elder ones. Don't do it alone. So let's try. It is not catching fire, but here I have taken water. Okay, in the water I am pouring some nail polish inside it. Okay, then here we will try it will catch fire or not. See, it is catching fire. Isn't it magic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, how is it possible that we know that water will never catch fire, but when we are taking nail polish in the water, it is catching fire. But in the dry, when the nail polish is dry, when we are taking it without water, it is not catching fire. Now, what is the science behind it? We have to study. Now, the first question is that why the nail polish is not sink into the water, why it is floating. This is the first question. Second question, why the nail polish catches fire. So the first question, the answer I will give you, why it is not sink into the water. So the sink or float property of the nail polish depends upon its density. We know that if the density is more than water, then it will sink into the water. But here the nail polish, it is the mixture of three things. That three things is, first one is your pigment. Pigment means that the different colors that they are using in the nail polish, they are the pigments. Means mostly your color stuff. Second one is your binder. Binder means it is the glue that is used in the nail polish to bind it with your nails. And the last one is your vacuum. Your vacuum means the solvent which gives this a liquid state. Okay, so here this three things, the combination of these three things, that is pigment, binder and vacuum, they all have the lower density than the water. Okay, so due to this lower density of the water, they are able to float in the water. They will not sink into the water. Then the second question is, why the nail polish catches fire? Why? Here the question is, the answer is your solvent. And what is the solvent here we are using? The solvent is your acetone, or it is otherwise called as 2-propanol. The chemical formula is CH3OCS3. Okay? Okay. So here what will happen? This acetone have a flammable property. Okay. So acetone have a flammable property. So actually what will happen when we use the nail polish, when the nail polish is in dry, the solvent, that is the acetone, the flammable property is lost very quickly. So that when we are using matchbox or when use this for to do fire, it will not catch fire. But when the nail polish, we are pouring it into the water, it's become wet, it is not dry. So when it is wet, then the solvent very easily they are evaporated, and for due to this property they are catching fire. So this is about your how the water catches fire with the help of nail polish.
Ma'am, shall I try?
Yes, you can try, but in front of me only, don't do it alone. Okay.
Now first I am taking the nail polish. A small drop in this glass tumbler. Now let's test it. Oh, it's not getting any fire. Now let's check it in the distilled water.
Take a little bit more. Pour it. Yes, yes.
Now I poured few drops of nail polish in the distilled water. Now let's fire it. Without water it's not getting fire, but in water solution it's getting fire. So it's the wonder in this amazing experiment. Ma'am, I had one note. Ma'am, we can observe glaciers and ice cubes near Atlantic Ocean that side, ma'am. So because of low density only they are flying in that ocean.
Yes, due to low density only. Anything, the things that have low density, they can able to float. But if their density is more, then they definitely they will sink.
Ma'am, can I try this experiment too?
Yes, yeah, sure. You can also do this experiment. For that also, we have to take some water.
Okay. So first of all, we are going to try this on the dry plate. Now we are going to test that it will catch fire or not. Did you see? It did not catch fire. So let's try with the water.
Yes. Okay, I will help you. Okay. See, it's the magic.
Wow. It is a magic. It happens only when water is present. While here is
Okay, let's go back to our previous experiment that we have leave our osmometer for 30 minutes to 1 hour and it's almost 45 minutes. So let's see that the water level is increases or decreases. So students, you can able to see here that the water level has been increases. Increases means that I told you it is endoosmosis. Endoosmosis means here water is going inside the cell.
Ma'am, we always see that water goes down, but how it is coming up, ma'am?
Okay, yes, this is due to osmosis because here water will flow from higher water potential to low water potential. It's the magic of science. Here endoosmosis occurs. So here why osmosis occurs? Because there is a difference in solute concentration and the difference in water free energy for this osmosis occurs. Due to the difference in solute concentrations, the water molecules, they are moving from their higher concentration to their lower concentration to the direction, towards the direction that tends to equalize the solute concentration on both the sides. So this is all about your osmosis.